Okay guys, so now let's go ahead and create its own function such that it updates the cart whenever we make any changes or we add new reducers, so that we do not want to duplicate such kind of code anywhere within our reducers. Alright, so now let's go into our source directory and create a folder called utils, which is short for utilities, and inside that I am going to create a file for cart utils. All right, .js. Okay, and now let's go ahead and copy first of all this one. Okay, I'm just going to cut it. Okay, so let's cut this and go to our cart utils, and let's create a function. So const, let's call this update cart. Okay, so whenever we make any changes, it has to update the state. All right, so we are going to invoke this function after every reducer we create. All right, so update cart. Okay, so I let me just turn off this copilot. Let's set that equal to a function which receives the state. Okay, so I'm using an arrow function, and let's paste in whatever we have cut. All right, and finally we need to return the state. Okay, return state. Okay, so it takes in the state and it just does all the modification, and finally it returns it. So basically this is an impure function, if you know about JavaScript. All right, so one more thing I want to do is let's go ahead and cut this. Okay, we don't need this anymore in our cart slice, and whatever it has to be done, it has to update the cart and make use of this function. All right, so let's paste it, and let's export it in case we need it in some other file. Okay, let's save that, and let's finally import the update cart. So import update cart. Okay, so this has to be inside brackets since it's a named export. So from that is coming from dot slash dot slash, that is utils slash cart utils. Okay, now let's go and finally at the end of our cart reducer. Okay, right here let's call that function update cart, and we need to pass in the state. Okay, so that's it. Let's test it. Actually we need to return the update cart. All right, because it returns some value, and yeah, one more thing is I forgot to export this as well. All right, so that's done, and let's have a look. Okay, so let's go to one of our product. Let's open up our dev tools. Okay, now let's go to a redux tab. So we have our cart items empty. Now let's add in few items and have a look. Yeah, it was still works the same, and we have the same decimal places that we expect. Okay, so everything's working fine. So that's done, and now let's what we'll do is let's add a small circle over here such that it will display the number of cart items in our cart slice. All right, so that whatever the number of items that we have in our cart. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that, and let's go to our header component since that icon is in our header. So let's go to components and header, and yeah, here let's go to where the cart is. Okay, and over here let's put in a span tag. Okay, since span is an inline element, so it doesn't take the entire width. Okay, so let's do that. Let's actually go here and create a span tag. All right, and I am going to interpolate the value of, okay, cart items dot length. Okay, so first of all we need to get in the cart items, so let's leave that blank for the moment, and give this class name so that we can style it, and I'm going to give this a background of blue, bg dash blue dash I'm going to select 800. Okay, not 800, let's give it 500. Okay, and next I'm going to set this text white. Okay, by default it is black, so white, and next I'm going to give it a border radius of 50%. So this has a property called rounded in tailwind, that is full, rounded dash full, and I'm going to give some padding on the horizontal axis, that is 2, and vertical axis 1. all right. And let's give some margin to the left, okay, so that we have some space between our text cart and our number of items, okay. So ml-2, okay, so that's done. And now let's simply hard code a value and just have a look. Okay, yeah, there we have it. We have our number of items in our cart. We can have a look also over here. So now let's go ahead and grab from our state. Okay, so this is a very important thing which we will be using in rest of our application. That is a hook from React Redux called use selector. Okay, so let's import use selector. Use selector, no suggestions for some reason. That is coming from React Redux. Okay, so now let's go ahead and grab whatever we have, okay, from our cart slice. Okay, so for that I'm going to just call it cart, okay, and I'm going to show you what exactly this returns us. Okay, so cart equals use selector, and the first parameter actually takes in the state. Okay, so the state, we just need to grab whatever we want from our state. Okay, so we want state dot cart. Okay, so that's what we actually named it, right, in our store.js, that is cart, this one. All right, so let's go ahead and console log this, that is cart, and have a look. Now if you have a look at the console, you can see we have all the cart items, okay, with all the details, and also we have the items price, shipping price, that all we defined in the previous video, right? So this is all the things that include in the cart slice. All right, so this is what it returns us. So let's go ahead and destructure whatever we have in our cart items. So let's get rid of this and let's destructure cart items. So the name needs to be the same, and this has a property. So this is an array, right, basically. So we can basically count the value of the number of elements in the array. Okay, so that will basically tell us the number of elements or number of items that we have in our cart. Okay, so let's remove this hard-coded value. Okay, so here it is. So let's get rid of this hard-coded value and open up our expression within our curly braces, and take the state of cart items and count the length. Okay, so this is a JavaScript property which is used to count the number of elements in an array. Okay, so let's have a look. Okay, and there you see we have one item in our cart. Now if we go and add another item, okay, let's add two of these and add to cart, and you see now we have two items in our cart. Okay, irrespective of the number of quantity you select. Okay, so you can just have a look at the Redux tab. You see you have two items. Okay, so this is counting the length. Okay, so I hope that's clear. Nothing too fancy over here, so it's just a plain old JavaScript logic. All right, now let's do the same for when we are in mobile screen devices. So let's copy this. Okay, and let's see where we have this cart. Okay, so I'm pressing Control D. Yeah, there we have it. This is for mobile screen devices, and let's paste that in. Okay, so let's have a look. Let's reduce the screen size to mobile width, and yeah, there we go. Okay, so everything is nice and clear. So in the next video what we'll be doing is we'll be creating the cart page, such that if we click on add to cart, it will show you the summary of your cart items, and then we'll have a button, okay, to proceed to checkout, and also we'll be having all the total, okay, of our items, and how much we need to pay. Okay, all of that we'll be doing in the next video.